know, what the general public is starting to figure out right now, and what the political class is figuring out, is that the globalists have planned a civil war in this country for a long, long time. And that Homeland Security is the stake to be driven through this republic's heart by the New World Order. And that entire apparatus is basically a guillotine to chop this country's political head off, as Homeland Security and the bureaucracy absorbs what's left of the old republic. The old republic is being eroded away at a faster and faster pace. And then as the public desperately realizes, oh my gosh, they're getting rid of the republic and replacing it with a nightmarish, control freak, wonderland technocracy for psychopaths to feed on us, a charnel house that would make Hannibal Lecter blush. Governments killed 262 million non-military individuals by hand. According to the University of Hawaii's conservative analysis of the numbers, it's probably much higher in the 20th century. And I am desperately afraid of it, afraid of not taking action against it, afraid of not defeating it. It's more than fear. It's a instinct. It's a will. It's a spirit of resistance against this evil. Every time I see people's children, or I see innocents, or I see innocent women and men having mindless conversations, I get very sad for them. They have no idea they're under scientific attack on record. And the psychiatric system has been taught, you know, there's no NSA spying. There's no government corruption. Nobody has it out for you in the political system. That's the ravings of a lunatic. It doesn't matter if I have eco-science written by the White House science czar saying put stuff in the water to lower your IQ and your fertility. It doesn't matter if the Harvard study says it lowers IQ 10 points just drinking fluoridated water for a few years as a juvenile. It doesn't matter if it gives you 7-fold increase in bone cancer. It doesn't matter if it gives you all sorts of other cancer in your bladder and you name it, and brain cancer. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the big measles outbreaks in California, it later came out this year, were from the measles shot. CBS News buried it, that it was in there. Look it up. Just type in, measles outbreak was caused by a vaccinated person. My dad's a dentist, an oral surgeon, and he's recently retired because of Obamacare. And every time someone would come in, his patients of many years with shingles, they would tell him, you know, I think it's the vaccine. They convinced me up at Walgreens to get it, and I got shingles the week after. I've never had them. And he just, hundreds of people, you know, just absolute fact. You know, it's like, oh, come on, that's not a scientific study. It's like a rattlesnake bites you and you go, I need a scientific study to know that, you know, my leg just swole up and I've, you know, got a fever and I'm about to die because that long thing that doesn't have legs came out of a hole and bit me. My grandmother's best friend is an RN going all the way back to World War II. That's how old she is, 90 years old. And she's a smart old bird, but she trusts the system. And she took a shingles shot 2 years ago and it almost killed her. It gave her the shingles. And that's the type of woman, when my kids were born, came down to Austin and brought them like little eagles and American flags. I mean, these are people that believe in America. And I'm telling you, if they told this lady, go run off a cliff for America, she would do it. If they told her jump into a meat grinder, she would do it. But see, it's dog-like. It's total loyalty to the state, believing it is America because they grew up in World War II. That's one reason we got here, because we were the good guys and the Nazis were the bad guys, so the government's good, do whatever it says. Well, the government was a lot better compared to the Nazis or the Soviets, but it still had a lot of problems and was corrupt. And then it got taken over by eugenicists that were like rock stars from the 1860s right through to today. They just changed the name. Hitler got everything from the U.S. and England. That's why they got 30+ thousand top Nazi scientists, not just in rocketry, folks, not just in weapons, but in biology, and in psychology and in psychiatric systems. And they brought them over here and they were put as the heads of every major department at almost every university. German officers were put in the entire bureaucracy. Hail Hydra. And then people will say, oh, you're saying the Germans, oh, the Germans. Well, it's weird. No, being German isn't evil. I'm like half German. I'm more German than anything else probably. The whole point is that Germany was a test of the eugenics takeover, but they plan to destroy them and set them up. This has all been declassified. Lord Milner, by the 20s, was saying we got to put a dictator in Germany, build him up, make him really mad, and then have them destroy Europe, and then we'll take over. I mean, these people are smart, folks. Read the Lord Milner quotes in the Milner Group. Look them up. They're published. They created Adolf Alois Hitler. So Hydra doesn't come from Germany. Hydra comes from London. Hail Hydra! And they just tell you everything in movies like Captain America. And Hydra is S.H.I.E.L.D., ladies and gentlemen. You understand that? You go see that movie. That's real. They have real space planes with decapitation weapons right now.